Night fell, and the townsfolk all retreated to their homes. Those with houses would tightly shut their doors, while those living in shacks would seal their curtain doors securely. On his way home that evening, Ren Xiaosu heard that a man who worked at the glue factory had been stabbed to death in the night. The rumor was that someone had found out about the man's habit of saving money and had harbored malicious intentions. The townsfolk liked to live in groups, friends, siblings, and lovers would live together, taking turns to stand guard during the night. It seemed safer that way. Ren Xiaosu and Yan Luyuan had initially teamed up for this very reason. However, there were some who were betrayed by their own companions. The perpetrators were usually short-sighted. What they didn't realize was that once they betrayed their companions, no one would trust them again. Perpetrators who ended up alone usually didn't fare well. Ren Xiaosu sat in his shack, unwrapping the bandage around his wound. Seeing the condition of the wound, he furrowed his brows. There was redness and swelling around the wound, signs of inflammation. When he saw Yan Luyuan approaching, he quickly rewrapped the bandage. "Bro, is your wound okay?" Yan Luyuan asked. "It's fine," Ren Xiaosu responded calmly. "I don't believe you, let me see," Yan Luyuan said, attempting to unwrap the bandage that Ren Xiaosu had just rewrapped. "I said it's fine," Ren Xiaosu pushed Yan Luyuan away. "If there was a problem, I would have bought medicine." "You better not be lying to me. Last time you tried to tough it out," Yan Luyuan said, looking aggrieved. Ren Xiaosu sighed. "Don't worry, I won't joke about my life." In the animal kingdom, predators usually don't attack their prey lightly because they understand one thing: getting injured could lead to death, even if it's a minor injury. If wild beasts could understand this, how could Ren Xiaosu not? "Hey, bro, look, there are 2 potatoes and 3 pills hidden under the chair. Aren't these the anti-inflammatory pills you wanted to buy today?" "They look the same," Yan Luyuan exclaimed in surprise. "Did you put them there?" "I didn't put them there," Ren Xiaosu shook his head after examining the 3 pills. "They are indeed ordinary anti-inflammatory pills. It must have been Sister Xiaoyu who put them there then." "I only told her about your injury," Yan Luyuan said cheerfully, handing 1 pill to Ren Xiaosu. "Sister Xiaoyu is so nice to you. Why don't you just accept her?" Ren Xiaosu almost spat out blood. "You really flip-flop faster than flipping a book. When there's food, you praise her. When there's no food, you bully her." Hee, Yan Luyuan started munching on the potatoes. The 2 of them usually didn't eat dinner. Ren Xiaosu said that it's best to eat well in the morning, fill up at noon, and not eat at night as it's not good for the body. This was a saying that had been passed down from before the disaster. However, Ren Xiaosu knew very well that the reason they didn't eat dinner was simply because they were poor. "Bro." Ren Xiaosu turned his head and saw Yan Luyuan lowering his head, his voice a little low. He asked curiously, "What's wrong? Do you remember last year when you encountered the wolf pack and came back, someone secretly gave us a few pills that saved your life?" Yan Luyuan asked. "I remember, I've been looking for that person," Ren Xiaosu said. "Those pills might have been sent by Sister Xiaoyu," Yan Luyuan said. The place where the pills were placed was exactly the same as today. Ren Xiaosu fell into deep thought. Suddenly, Ren Xiaosu heard footsteps outside. A lot of people. It was rare for people to move around on the streets of the town at night, but Ren Xiaosu quickly guessed who they were and what their purpose was. The band had to cross the border mountain this time, as Ren Xiaosu had guessed. Those few mercenaries indeed had other tasks. For example, the ruler of the 113th Refuge had found some information proving that the border mountain was actually a mountain range formed by violent crustal movements. There might still be some things left from before the disaster there. They had learned about Ren Xiaosu from the grocery store owner, Old Wang. Although they had doubts about the mentally ill comment, they asked some other people and it seemed that everyone thought Ren Xiaosu was the best choice as a guide. Some even wondered what was so special about this young man named Ren Xiaosu that he was a celebrity in the town. Out of curiosity, they kept asking and finally got an uncertain answer. Ren Xiaosu seemed to be the only person in the 113th town who had encountered a wolf pack and survived. Last year, when Ren Xiaosu returned to the town after hunting, he was already exhausted and his body was marked with bloodstains from wolf claws. The people in the town, no matter how cruel and ruthless, would not harm a dying young man. They just watched coldly, but when everyone thought Ren Xiaosu was doomed, he miraculously survived and is now living well. When the band staff asked how the young man survived, Old Wang laughed and said that it was all thanks to Yan Luyuan begging for food from house to house. It seemed that someone had also sent a few pills, but they didn't know who it was. However, everyone in the town knew that although Ren Xiaosu survived, he was left with a mental problem. By the way, Wang Fugue, one of the band members, said to Old Wang, who was accompanying them. "What do you mean when you say he's mentally ill?" "Oh, it's nothing, I was just saying," Old Wang said with a smile, his wrinkles all squeezed together. "It's not serious. Look, we're here." Old Wang could only dare to walk on the street at night when he was with these important people from the shelter. At this moment, he deliberately raised his voice, seemingly wanting everyone in town to know that he, Old Wang, had a very good relationship with these important people from the shelter. "Xiaosu, come out quickly. We have distinguished guests, Old Wang called out with a smile. Suddenly, the curtain door of the shack was flung open. Ren Xiaosu was seen shaking hands with Old Wang, saying cheerfully, "Congratulations, the father and son are safe. 6 pounds and 6 ounces. Old Wang. The band? The mercenaries?" The band staff pointed at Ren Xiaosu and looked at Old Wang. "Is this what you call no problem? Also, what's with the father and son are safe? Isn't it supposed to be the mother and son are safe?" The band staff said unhappily, "Wang Fugue, do you know what the consequences of lying to us are? Is this what you call no problem?" As soon as he finished speaking, the band staff turned around and left. They had held some expectations for the legendary Ren Xiaosu, but now they had encountered a madman. No wonder everyone in the town said that Ren Xiaosu was mentally ill. Isn't this mental illness?